What is up, everybody? Welcome to the second episode of the Fourth Age, a D&D campaign. I am Rabbit, and with me we have the amazing cast. You all can unmute your mics now. Get everybody's voices going. We got Eobjorn and Eobjorn Bick. We've got Luthien Turenba.
Hello.
And we got Aryan Forgedon, who's making a cameo appearance today. Elder Stein, unfortunately, is not going to be here. So we're going to roll with it and see how it goes. Good evening, Fractal. How are you doing today? Good to have you on stream. Fractal, for those of you who don't know, is the amazing supporter of Rabbit's Ghost TV. So let's see here. Where did we leave off? We left off with... That's where we left off. So you guys were in the woods. You had just finished wiping out 2 goblins, and during that process, you discovered that they were attacking it seemed like a trader and his wife as a little donkey with a cart, and they're on their way to who knows where. And everybody ended up dying. And Elder and Eobjorn decided to bury the donkey. Eobjorn really wanted to bury the donkey and show out of respect for the donkey. And then Luthien did some looting. And what? Yeah, you did.
No, I buried the dead people.
No, you looted and you buried the dead people, didn't you?
No, I didn't take off the ring or anything.
Let's look at the inventory. I think it was Elder who did that.
Was it Elder? I think it was Elder who did the looting.
Elder.
Yeah, it was probably Elder. All right. It's been like 2 weeks since we did this. All right. So you guys. So last we left, Elder and Eobjorn were burying the donkey. Luthien was off looking for food, and he was out probably about 100 yards. Would that be
a little bit further?
A little bit further, a couple hundred.
Like half a kilometer.
He's out a pretty decent ways. And we ended with him hearing a screeching sound between him and where Eobjorn and Elder were.
Right now.
So, Luthien, you hear this screech. What do?
I bail. I try to get back to the group.
You try to get back to the group. All right. So you just start booking it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Eobjorn, what are you doing?
I suppose I'm still working on the donkey.
You're still working on the donkey. You hear the shriek as well.
I hear the shriek?
Yes.
Do I recognize the shriek?
It's not animal.
Okay.
But it's not human.
What?
So, Eobjorn is definitely...
Are goblins considered animals?
You jerk! The way you degrade those fair green people.
I'm so insensitive.
You're so... to answer your question, no, goblins are not classified as animals.
They're just humanoid.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'm definitely concerned. I hasten my donkey burial procedures as quickly as possible. The hole is deep enough, I'm sure.
It's deep enough, yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I told you we should have.
The thing is getting shoved in there at this point.
Our Elder is obviously helping you shove the donkey in. And you keep trying to just finish up your barrel. He's like, screw it. He's got his sword out and shield up.
Yeah.
So, alrighty. So Luthien is bolting to you guys. And as he's bolting, he's sprinting and running, and Eobjorn, you hear a whistle go right by your head. Like, you hear this whistle, and it's like an arrow sails by your head, and where are we? Well, thing. and just sails by your head into the clearing. It actually embeds into one of the trees. And you look up, and you don't see anything, but you can tell that the arrow was fired across from the road. Because if you remember where you were at, actually we don't have a map, unfortunately, but you guys are able to see it. Unfortunately, the chat is not able to see it, but remember, you guys were sort of in a road like this. You had the cart, and then you had the donkey, and you were bearing the donkey like right here. Well, the arrow came in from like that direction. So, kind of near you, probably, definitely a couple yards in front of you.
Yeah.
So, what do you do?
Well, have I gotten the donkey in the hole?
The donkey is in the hole, yes.
Donkey is in the hole. I'm
donkey
just
is
shoving the dirt on top of it rather than like shoveling it. And I'm like crouched down and stuff, and like just moving as quickly as possible, trying to finish burying this donkey.
Okay, so you're finishing burying the donkey. You're trying to get the donkey buried. It's like the utmost important thing to you.
It is.
Even though arrows are flying.
That donkey lived a life.
Elder,
okay? You don't understand. It deserves its due burial.
An elder gives you this look like, what the heck are you doing? You just had an arrow get shot by your head. And he just starts charging into the bushes. As he's charging, you're going back to burying. All of a sudden you hear this thunk, and then you hear Elder scream. Or actually not scream, yell would be more appropriate. You hear him yell, and then you hear this thud, and then that's it. What do you do?
I move to investigate.
You go over to investigate. You run over to investigate, and Luthien, by this time, you've been sprinting, and you actually come up, and you see a goblin archer, and his back is towards you, and he's both a goblin archer and then a goblin with a sling. A sling. Yeah, like a
slingshot?
Yeah, not like a slingshot, but like a
and
sling.
not like a arm sling.
Like a sling. Yeah. So, what do? You come up behind them. You're running up.
Are they right next to each other?
They're about 15 feet apart. Like one's hiding in the bushes, and then one's hiding behind a tree.
That's inconvenient.
Yeah.
Alright. I pull out my bow.
Okay.
And I take a shot.
Alright, at this point we're gonna go for initiative. Actually they don't know you're there, so you can go ahead and do your roll.
Look at you baller. Just hide him.
D10.
What? Let's see. Yep.
Alright, I got a 5.
Actually, yeah. Actually, I don't think you need to roll initiative on that. Alright, so you go for your first shot. Roll a d20.
A 20?
D20.
That's what initiative is.
No, 1d10
D20 is to hit.
D20 is to hit, 1d10 is initiative.
Since when?
Depends
Really?
on which,
I never
Since-
once
which
did
no,
book you're
yeah.
talking about.
No, that's the
I'm
way.
just doing what I'm told.
You always roll
Alright.
a d20.
You roll,
right?
yeah, you roll a
You
roll a
It's a D10
d20.
for initiative for whatever reason. We could change it
Yeah.
to D20 if that makes you feel better about it.
We
No,
could.
fine.
Okay.
But is there like an
okay.
official way, or is that just the way we're doing it?
That's the way. I actually think that's the way the second edition does.
Okay,
So-
that's fine.
If my memory corrects me. If not, it's the way we're gonna do it.
Are there any modifiers on that?
That's the way
Or
we
is it just a
cast the
straight up
die.
d10?
It's just a straight up d10.
Okay.
Well, I did a 20 and a 10. And I got 6 and 5. So you can take whichever.
All right. Well, we're gonna waive
Both
the
of
initiative.
yourself.
For all right. So you roll d20, and this is your bow. All right.
Congratulations, you hit the bow into a tree. You didn't even fire the arrow.
All right. You go to shoot,
That's sad.
and you miss pathetically. Actually.
Okay, there was something wrong with the bow. It wasn't my fault.
Okay. Yeah. For some reason, when you were with the bow, you didn't remember the night when you guys sacked out. Well, you didn't keep the string dry, so the string was moist, so it really affected how the arrow flies as you pull back and release, because the way the string was warped. So
Right
you
on.
missed.
That's inconvenient. Do they discover me? Or do they somehow not know I'm there?
Well, your arrow flies overhead. They're actually paying attention to Eobjorn and Elder, because what happens is Eobjorn, you ran up to Elder, and there's actually, you see blood trickling down his head, and you see a small stone next to his head. So the goblins are actually distracted with you.
Sweet.
So, Elder, since they see you, what's here? You guys actually roll lower on initiative, so you're good. Alright, so, Eobjorn, what do you do? You've got an unconscious, or what appears to be unconscious or dead Elder lying at your feet, and you're seeing goblins poking their heads up out of the brush and trees.
What did I bring?
You've got a
Double-checking my
quarter
spells.
staff. You have a quarterstaff and a warhammer, and your
Oh,
spells.
I know I brought those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, neither of these are very helpful. I mean, I have the best spells ever. You just wait and see. Dramatic tension. I'm going to pull out my axe, and I'm going to try to move Elder to a safer location, like shielding his face with the axe.
Okay, so you're like dragging Elder, and you got your axe, you're holding up, hoping to block. Okay.
Yeah, block any lethal,
right.
hopefully.
Yeah. For the goblins' turn, they actually, the one goblin that you were shooting at. Actually, which one were you shooting at? Were you shooting at the one with the sling or the bow? I forgot to ask that.
Me?
Yeah.
Wait, one had a bow?
Yeah, there was one with the bow, one with the
Apparently,
sling.
he didn't shoot that one.
No, I was going for the bow.
Okay.
Whoever had the most
Okay.
lethal range combat.
Well, speaking of bow whistles, the goblin actually heard the whistle, that the arrow. He didn't notice it, but he heard the whew, but he was too distracted down below with Eobjorn and Elder. So he actually turns around, he sees you, and he goes to fire at you. And he shoots and actually hits you
That's also inconvenient.
for
And the adventure ends.
the adventure ends.
I'm dead.
And he hits you for 2 damage.
Wow, he shot you with a foam dart.
Yeah. So he hits you, and it's like it embeds into your armor, and it does puncture, but it doesn't overly penetrate. But you do get wounded. It does hurt like the dickens though. So, alrighty. And then forgot the goblin with the sling. It actually slings. Didn't notice you shooting his buddy, so he actually tries to hit Eobjorn, and he misses horribly.
I get hurt.
What?
I did. I was about to ask if I got hurt last time we were playing, but I don't think I did.
No. Okay. Alright, so party's turn. Mr. Luthien, what do you do?
Have I been incapacitated in any way, shape, or form? Can I still shoot?
Yeah, you can still shoot.
Alright, that's what I'm gonna do.
Alright.
Shrugging it off like a champ.
That's right. And I got a 19.
Okay.
It's payback.
You definitely hit him. And then roll for damage.
And that's a 10.
Yes. Yeah, 1d10.
4.
All right, 4 damage. You hit the goblin, and you hit him in the chest, and he like stumbles back. But he's not dead yet. But you really knocked him out for the count. So
He's getting better.
So he flails back. You hit him, and he like
It's only a flash wound.
flails back into the brush. Aobjorn, what do you do? You're dragging Eldor, correct?
Well, let's see. How much time? Not very much. I'm trying to get him either behind some trees or anything so I can make sure that he's stable.
You are able to... Alright, so when you were able to... there are some trees.
You're the donkey to keep him safe in the hole.
I was actually just about to say that. You were able... The hole isn't that deep enough, so there's a little bit of a mound. So if you want, you can drag him behind the donkey grave. The donkey mound.
Excellent.
Okay. So you drag him behind the donkey mound.
I don't know which side to put him on, because if I put him on the one side, then people can see from the road that not only has the caravan been ransacked, but there's also another dead body. So, like...
What do you mean? Where to put Elder?
Yeah. I think that maybe I put him... This won't be, like, on the side of the mound that's, like, sort of facing towards the road, and then, like... Because we ran into the woods, right?
Yeah.
So...
Okay.
So he's, like, closer to the road, but he's still, like, not, like, fully on the road side of a mound.
Gotcha. Okay. Alright, so the goblin that Scott hit, he's just like, screw it, he got shot. So he actually jumps onto the road and then just starts hobbling as best he can, trying to get out. The goblin with the sling sees his buddy hobbling, and then he looks at you and he goes to attack Luthien. And
Bring it on.
he hits you
Dang it.
for...
Never dodge then.
He hits you for 2 damage.
Alright.
So he hits. So he goes to slings it, and he hits you in the side of the head. But it's just like it's sort of like a dunk, and you're sort of like dazed for a little bit. But that's it.
Yep,
There's no like.
They're foam darts.
Yeah, they're foam darts that they're launching at. So, all right, party's turn.
Start going loopy. Alright, I'm going to shoot the sling guy.
All right.
And I got a 14.
Okay, roll for damage.
Dang it, I got a 2. I picked up a foam dart and I shot it. And the one that hit me. I pulled it out of me.
All right. Well, because
Vengeance.
he just hit you in the head and you're dazed, you have a little bit of trouble aiming. So you fire and you hit him in the leg.
Alright.
So
Try running away from that one, buddy.
So he gets shot in the leg. He's like, "Arr!" And he stumbles back, back by the tree. So Aobjorn, what are you doing?
Hammer time. I mean, not hammer.
Hammered,
It's hammer time.
Warhammer,
No. I'm
or
gonna use my mighty axe or whatever. I have a axe, right? Let's triple check this. Where did it go? My character sheet. There it is. Yeah, it's a hammer.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yep.
I shielded his face with a warhammer, and now I'm gonna smack someone else's face with a warhammer. At least that's the plan. I don't know if I'm close enough yet,
Smack his face.
but that's my plan.
Alrighty, go for it.
Excellent.
Oh wait, hold on. Actually, your movement rate. What is your?
I'll just set it up for next time. Then.
Yeah, you can move. Actually, the road isn't that wide. You can move up to attack. Okay, that's definitely a hit.
Bam.
Roll a 13.
Where is my? It is 1d4 plus 1. Three.
3. So you hit him with your hammer, and he is barely alive. He's just got a little bit amount of strength left. So he's like propped up against the tree, and you go boom and just like smack him right in the chest or right in the chest. So cracking a few ribs definitely, and he is on his last legs.
It's got a lot of legs.
Luthien, all right, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shoot off another arrow.
Where at?
The slingshot. He's the only one near me, right?
Yeah.
The sling guy.
All right.
And I got a 4. Wow.
Yeah, you missed. I don't know how you missed, but you missed.
I'm still dazed.
You're still dazed.
And I
Yeah.
have an arrow in me.
Yeah. Took an arrow to the knee.
Cut me some slack.
I was waiting for that.
Alrighty, Eobjorn.
He's still alive.
He's still alive. I would say he takes his turn, but the fact of the matter is, he is smashed up against the tree. His entire torso is destroyed, and he's got an arrow to his leg, so he's not going anywhere. He spits at you with blood coming out of his mouth, and he screams something goblin.
I have no idea what he said, but I'm going to greet him with a hammer if I can.
And you greet him with a hammer to the head.
Sweet.
And that ends him. Now, the goblin that was bolting, actually hobbling would probably be best. He is about by this time he is about 50 yards, I would say. He's about 50 yards, and he's hobbling, but you can tell he's slowing down a lot. He's losing a lot of blood. So, what do you guys do?
Magic missile.
I'm assuming he's not really near me anymore, right? Like, he's on the road. I've got trees blocking my view.
Well, at this point, you've there's a bank. Like, if you look on the map, there's a bank, and then actually, yeah, we'll go to that. Let me clear this first. All right, so this is the sort of like this, and it runs along like this, along like this.
Right.
So
like
he's off in here, and there's a little bit of a bank there. So you think it's like really way ahead of you, but then it breaks open into where the road is. So you're really close because you were booking it. So you're within.
Letting him go.
What?
I'm a little concerned about letting him go, but I don't
Okay.
really want to take another rock to the face. So I'm gonna try to shoot the slinger again.
What do you mean the slinger's dead? This
What?
this is the bowman.
He's dead? I missed that. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, it would be
I was a little bit
I
too
thought that-
efficient with my 3 damage.
I thought that was another goblin. My bad.
No.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot the archer.
All right.
That's running away.
D20. Okay, hit, and then do a. It's 50 yards, so do a -1 on your damage. Just because of the range. Actually, you know
Wait,
what?
so you
Never
roll
mind.
a D10 and then you subtract.
Actually, you know what? We're just roll for damage. Roll for damage. I'm sorry. I'll give it to you this time.
Wow.
1. Okay.
My guy is terrible.
All
He's
right.
having a bad day.
So you shoot him, and it sails, and it sort of like it arcs. It takes out his one leg. So you hear in the distance, you hear this as it hits his leg, and he starts crawling away from you guys. So what do you guys do? Do you guys just as a side note, Elder is still unconscious, or at least appears to be unconscious.
Yeah, but what if the goblin gets reinforcements?
So what do you do?
I'm going after him.
All right. So are you running after him, or are you going to shoot him from that range? Or are you just
I think
gonna?
I should stop trying to shoot. I should just like pull up myself.
Okay.
No, I'll try again. I'll shoot him again.
All right. Go ahead.
Same thing. I got a 2. This is terrible.
No, you gotta roll a. Oh, you roll a d20. Yeah, you completely missed. Completely missed. Because he's flat on the ground and he's bleeding out, he's prone, so it's really hard to get a good shot on him just because he's a low profile now. So yeah, you just completely whiff it.
Alright.
Alright. Hey, Bjorn, what are you doing while this is going on?
Are there any other goblins that I'm aware of?
No.
I'm going back to check on Elder.
Okay. You go back, check on Elder, and you can tell that he's breathing, but he's got a little bit. Like you look at his head, and his head's bleeding pretty badly, and you can tell there's a little bit of an indent in his head.
Builds character.
So what do you?
I guess I should heal him then.
Okay, and you got
I got Cure Minor.
Cure Light
Which-
Wounds. Yeah.
Cure Light Wounds, is it?
Yes, you've got Cure Light Wounds.
I'm so good at picking the better spells. Because there's Cure Minor Wounds, which cures 1 point of damage.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, so go ahead and you cast it. Yeah.
Where did the thing go?
Two.
That was an impressive roll.
That was. Yeah.
It was twice as good as Cure Minor Wounds.
Okay,
Not
so
the-
you're able to the bleeding is able to stop, but there's still a nasty gash. But it looks like it's starting to heal. The wound is starting to heal.
Excellent.
So, Luthien, what are you doing at this point?
Am I still in range of the crawling goblin?
You are.
I'm just gonna keep shooting until he
You're
dies,
just going to keep shooting from that range?
I guess. I mean, as
Okay.
long as there's no penalty to that.
Actually, I was supposed to give you a penalty because 50 yards. It's supposed to be a
Okay.
D20 -1. But,
50 yards. I could probably run that in like 10 seconds.
okay.
I might just run up and poke the guy with my sword.
Alright, so you're going to do that? So, are you going to run up? You're going to run up?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so you run up, and the goblin's just like, clawing at the dirt, trying to get away. And he looks at you, and he's lost a lot of blood, so he's like really dreary and all that. So it's a mixture of fear and a mixture of absolute despisal.
Nah.
What do you do?
I poke him with my sword.
You poke him with your sword. All right, so roll a 1d20.
I got another 2. How do I miss when I'm right next to him?
He rolled higher than a 1. I think that's a hit.
Okay. All right. We'll give that to you. All right. So you go and you just roll for damage.
Okay, I'm confused by this because
Okay.
I have 1d6 times 2. Does that mean I have 2 swords? Oh, I did pick up another sword.
Yeah, you did. You picked up a sword. That's what it means.
And I'm just carrying it around.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just roll a d6.
Okay. Yep.
And then nothing attached. I got a 3.
Yep. So you do, and you hear him breathe out a gurgling last breath. Alrighty.
You
naughty candle.
That's pretty good.
Like I said before, you should be a voice actor.
There you go.
Alrighty. So party, what are you guys up to?
What
loot
am I
time.
up to?
We're coming to that.
It's a good question.
It's a very good question.
She parachutes down from the sky.
She runs into the scene and is just like, I was chasing those goblins. Thank you for finishing my work. And we're like, greetings, fair lass. What is your name?
Sounds good to me.
Is that good? Is it too early?
I
got a commission because you guys were taking too long. Well, that's a great way to manage your time.
I like it. Alrighty. So what are you guys up to?
Okay, so by my count, 3 of my arrows are recoverable.
Yep.
And like the other 3 are probably
No, they're just gone.
alright.
Some sort of mush.
So I'm gonna loot the goblin.
Okay.
I'm near.
Um.
Including my 1 arrow that's sticking out of his
Alrighty, you loot the goblin, and you actually find 8 extra arrows on him because remember he was an archer.
Oh, sweet.
On top of that, you find 1 copper.
Ah, jerk.
Is that the same as just money?
Yes. 1 copper is 100 copper is equal to 1 silver, and then 10 silver is equal to 1 gold. Just to give you a reference.
But like in my character sheet, it just says money, and I have 170.
Yeah, that's 170 gold. So do what I would do is just create a new row and just add 1 copper, and we'll sort it out later.
Okay.
So, all right. So he's looting the goblin. Hey Bjorn, you're able to see that Elder is stable. He's breathing. He's breathing steadily. His heart rate is good. What do you do?
I'm gonna put him in the shade because dwarves, though we're rugged, do not have the best complexion for sunlight.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna finish my donkey.
All right. So you're gonna finish your donkey burial while Elder
Why
is
is my
resting in the
character so
shade.
silly?
Luthien, you're done. You're done looting the goblin. What are you doing?
I go over to the slinger.
The slinger. All right. So you start to walk back.
Right.
And then, all right. So you start to walk back and loot the goblin. The goblin with the slinger. You don't find. All you find is some moldy bread. You don't find a whole lot on him.
My arrows.
He looks to be a younger goblin.
I don't know if I want the moldy bread. I might just kind of leave that there.
Okay.
Oh, and I also asked what the heck happens to Eubrion, and I'm also questioning why he's burying the stupid donkey right now.
This donkey was slaughtered in its prime. You do not understand the toil it is to carry a cart. Oh, you lost your headphones too during my little mini rant. About
I heard it.
donkeys and how
I heard
they're
it now.
safe, sacred animals, glorious beasts which bear our burdens for us.
Do you worship the donkey or something?
No,
It's like
worshiping
like
a donkey
India
is
and
silly. The donkey is part of nature, and I worship nature. I
Okay.
am a druid.
stupid donkey.
I finish my donkey burial and, bless it and thank
Say the
Mother Nature
last
for-
rites and all that. Yeah.
its beauty and all that stuff. Last rites,
Yeah.
druid style.
Okay. Cool. Alrighty. So at this point, you guys were well on your way. I mean, it's probably about it's early afternoon because you had the whole fight with the goblins at the cart, and then you're going through the whole burial process. So that took the majority of the morning. So it's probably about 1 o'clock-ish time frame. Are you guys going to be? What are you guys going to do? Like, what's your plan? What's the game plan?
Elder is still unconscious, is that correct?
Yes.
We have a caravan, and
that's
dead people don't need caravans very much. However, we don't have a donkey, but I am a dwarf.
Yeah, you can carry it. I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna ride him back.
This is a very half-baked plan.
I'll
Is
help
it a
push it.
four-wheeled type of affair?
It's no, it's 2-wheeled.
It's a cart.
Alright.
Great.
You can hold it up, and I'll push it from the back.
This sounds like a decent idea. Is the axle was broken, wasn't it?
The axle was broken from where the donkey was.
Oh, so the tongue.
Yeah, the tongue. Sorry. Yeah, the tongue was broken.
So yeah,
We can do it.
yeah, we can use that and like grab like the front end and the back end, and transport him that way.
Okay. All right. So you're just gonna you're pressing on. You're heading down the road.
Getting attacked.
What?
Why do we keep getting attacked? That's what I'm asking. That's what Lucian's asking.
Who built a road here right in Goblin Country? That was an irresponsible decision.
Why did goblins show up?
That's probably a more accurate question.
All right. So you're going along, and you hit a small river, and along the riverbank, you see 3 small boats. They're probably human sized. They could probably fit like 3. Dwarvish size. They would probably fit like 4 or 5. So there's 3 of those set along the bank with some beds, like some bedrolls. A fire ring is there, and it obviously looks like somebody's been camping there.
Is there stuff around the fire?
Yes, there is. There's like sleeping cots and bedrolls and not a lot of cooking ware. In the fire pit, the fire's out, but you still see the ashes. You see there was a skewer or something. You don't quite know what it was, but there was a skewer or something.
Luthien, what do you think of the situation?
I am kind of hungry. What could the boats be from? And why would they just set up fire right after landing? Unless they're traveling by river and just setting up a small camp.
Yeah, I can't tell if something happened to them and they had an unfortunate run-in with the goblins, or they're just out.
I'm concerned that they're coming back, whoever they are.
Maybe they could help us reach our destination. Maybe they don't need a boat. They don't need any of them.
Do we need to cross the river? How do we get to this town that we're supposed to?
The town that you get to, you do actually have to cross the river. There's 2 options. There's 3, rather. You can either cross the river.
Tunnel.
You can either cross the river, and the river's not that. It's not a. It's a gentle river. It's not like a very rapid river. But you can either do that, or from your bearings on where you're at, you remember that this river actually ends as it goes up into the land. So you could actually go around it if you want. That would take several days though. Or you could just the river actually opens up into the Bay of Bephelis. So you could go into the bay if you want to. That is assuming you have boats.
Do we have a rope?
I
thought I had one.
I have a rope.
But you're not here yet.
I so wish you were useful right now.
When is she showing up?
Location.
None of you have. Hold on. Yeah, none of you have rope.
But I can come and give rope.
Yeah, what if she just shows up and gives us rope? Is there rope at the camp?
There is like 10 feet of rope.
My rope be 20 feet of rope.
Oh,
And how long is the river?
Like going inland.
Oh, forget that. No, they can just... Okay. We're gonna take a boat.
You're gonna take a boat.
Just one.
Just one. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna empty it.
Where are you gonna take the boat?
Across the river.
Across the river. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you
not walking all the
all
way.
right. So you empty the boat out
I gotta
and
get to this town.
you start going across the river. Eobjorn, you're not too comfortable with the boat, so
No,
you're
I
kind
just thought this
of
through.
sitting there.
We're gonna leave the
And-
boat on the bank. They can sail over and get the boat done.
Wait, what was that?
We're just going to leave the boat on the other bank. They
Okay.
can see it. They can sail over.
Yeah, I'm talking as you're going to the other side of the bank. Luthien, you're the one who's really paddling.
Am I
Because
literate? This is an
He
important
what?
question.
Are you what?
are you literate? I don't know. Are you literate?
I'm trying
Huh.
to.
Shit.
You can read spell books. I would assume that you can read.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
common. Because I wanted to leave a message thanking them for their boat.
Thanks, guys.
Where would you?
And perhaps explaining the very simple logic puzzle of bringing more than one person across the river to retrieve.
Just draw a picture. Boat.
empty boat.
Arrow.
Okay,
Smiley
so
face.
you're gonna write a message.
Yes.
How are you gonna write a message?
Yeah, what are you gonna
Like
write?
a rock and dirt, because
Okay.
it's looser
Okay.
dirt by rivers.
So what
unless
message?
it's too rocky.
What message do you write? What do you specifically do?
I write,
I have a shield.
thank you for your boat.
Oh, that's not me.
You can retrieve it easily by using more than one person to cross the river.
Okay.
Signed, a friend.
A friend.
Just slightly
Okay.
inconvenient.
Do you write that in?
Melon.
Do you write that in common or Dwarvish?
Probably common, because they'll be able to tell by my sloppy handwriting
Okay.
that's Dwarvish.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you're able to scratch something out. You kind of misspell a little bit because you're not too sure about some of the words, but you're able to write
I
out
not
the
write it
the
out?
gist of the message. Alrighty, so you guys empty out the boat, you gently lay Elder in, and you head across the lake, or head across the river. As you're about 3/4 across, you hear a shriek behind you on the other side of the bank, and then you hear a shriek a long ways off. Not like within the immediate area, but in the distance on the other side of the bank.
On the other side?
Yes, on the other side.
Gosh. Okay. I'm assuming the shriek is the same one as last time.
Yes, it does sound very familiar.
Is it me?
No, it's not you.
Okay. So as my character action, I'm going to wait for Arian to show up and kick butt on the side that we're trying to get to.
That's right.
I'm just going to sit in the
So
boat.
you're gonna stop. So you're gonna stop paddling.
I'll sing a dwarven shanty, even though I don't know any, because dwarvens don't sail.
I would love it.
Dwarvens.
All right. So are you gonna continue to the bank, or are you literally just gonna stop rowing?
I'm trusting that there's a friendly on the other side. I just have this feeling. I'm gonna stop paddling, but I get my boat ready.
Eobjorn, what do you do? What's your response?
There's shrieks on both sides.
Yeah, the one on the side that you're going to is really off in the distance, but the ones behind you
Well,
are
I'm
pretty
gonna keep
close.
paddling.
Oh, you're
I
gonna
have
keep
my
paddling?
boat nearby, like ready. To
Yeah. Well, I would rather be on land anyway, because I'm no good in a boat.
go. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you
So,
paddle.
like-
You're able to get onto the bank with no problem. Then you start heading to. You start heading to what appears to be some pretty dense woods. A lot denser than what you've been in previously. So you're making your way through the woods. By this time, I mean, it's still, mid-afternoon. So we're going to speed it up a bit. You guys are walking through the woods. An hour passes. Another hour passes. The shrieks behind you, shrieks that you heard behind you on the other bank, as you get into the woods, one back a bit, as you get into the woods, you really start hearing a ruckus. A ruckus is shrieking.
We should have sunk the other boats.
And you start hearing
Goblins don't use bedrolls.
you start hearing
fair enough.
splashes in the water.
But they can use boats, can't they? Or they can just
They
run
could.
through the water.
They could also do that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I
They
guess-
could also just catapult. Because they don't care, there's too many of them.
Maybe they get a catapult.
Make it out of the dead goblins.
Fire.
They're a very efficient race.
Okay. How far are we from the city that we're supposed to be getting to?
Actually, the information that you got was that you were supposed to be there already.
Oh,
But,
too bad we don't have a donkey.
yeah.
Too soon.
Very much so.
Very
I'm
much so.
sorry.
Alright, so you hear the shrieks and you hear the splashes in the water. You're probably about 100 yards into the woods. So,
Oh, so we don't actually know where the city is. We just know that we're supposed to be there soon.
yes. You
Get
know,
on
you
that.
know, like you're supposed to,
We've been attacked multiple times.
you're supposed to travel, like, if you travel along the bank, you'll eventually end up there. That's the information
I'm
that
gonna
you
start
got.
sprinting because I just want to get to the city.
Alright, so you start sprinting.
Assuming
Bjorn,
that,
you're carrying Elder in the donkey
assuming
cart.
that Bjorn agrees with it. Wait, we still have the donkey cart?
Oh, I'm sorry, you don't.
We left that on the shore.
So are you who's dragging or carrying
I'm
Elder?
doing like a fireman's carry.
Okay. So you're like running. You got Elder on your shoulder. You're just going.
Oh, but So I think AUB. I can never say your name. You should
Bjorn.
pick an easier name.
Say it with me. AOBO.
Ayo Bjorn.
I'm going to have you run out in front because I'm not going to be able to pull out a sword as easily.
Sounds like a good plan.
How much does he weigh anyway?
Um,
On the character sheet, it states that he weighs
180.
180.
He weighs more than I do. What the heck? He's so
That's-
tiny though.
We're
Yeah, this-
stout people, man.
This is yeah, you have a lot of mass apparently.
Yeah, he's massive.
Oh, jeez. I don't think I can carry. He's
I would
30.
like to point out for everyone at the
20
moment
pounds.
that Arian is actually the strongest member in the party.
Where's strength? Oh, I see it now. Yeah, we all have 10. And she's 11.
And we
Well,
don't
this is
even have her to
problematic.
help us because she's just chilling in a town, drinking mead, chatting up
Probably.
the
Yum, yum,
locals.
She's probably uber drunk.
Alright, so how are you gonna
This
trans
is the time when you don't remember it.
how are you gonna transport Elder?
He's carrying him.
He's carrying him.
We're of equivalent strength.
I'm carrying something that's 20 pounds. I guess that's possible.
I've done it before, and I'm not in good shape.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm just not going to be able to run that fast.
No. Alright, so you guys are walking in.
We'll just trade off because we're the
Okay.
same strength.
Okay. Alright,
You'll
so
get tired, and then you'll be like, "Carry your gut for nothing, cousin," and I'll be like, "Okay."
Okay.
Alrighty, so you guys start carrying and walking them in. And as you're walking in, you start hearing, you hear like intermittent shrieks. You hear some shrieks behind you, you hear some distant shrieks ahead of you. So you're keeping up the pace, you're not really stopping as much. As dusk starts falling, you notice the sun is starting to fade and go, the sunlight is going through the trees and starting to get a little darker. You start seeing a clearing within the forest, or within the trees. You start seeing an open area. As you're heading in there, I'll just take a look at the map real quick. Yeah. As you're heading in there, you're heading into the open clearing. All of a sudden you hear really loud shrieks coming up ahead of you.
What else is new? So
While we were
it's
running,
nearby?
I researched tunneling claws, and I just
You're not a roach. I am sorry.
dang it.
So the shriek came from really close by.
It came closer than it was distance-wise.
What does that mean?
It means that it sounded really far away, but it's closer. It doesn't feel like it's right on top of you, but it feels closer than it was before.
Alright, I'm going to proceed.
Okay. So you guys start walking.
Assuming this is the only way to get to the city.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You're able to tell you guys are still on the right path because you still smell the salty air, and you hear a seagull or two every now and then. And as you come up, you come up to another riverbank. By this time, it is completely dark out. And you hear, and you see you hear commotion across the river. The river is really quiet, surprisingly. So you hear some commotion. And you see some light flickering across the river.
Sweet. Wait, not sweet. Not across the river.
Or maybe it is sweet. Maybe it's the town.
Maybe it's a
remember.
bend.
Isn't the town?
It's a coastal town.
Yeah.
I guess it could be on either side of the river. I've never seen it.
Maybe
I
it's the
don't know.
moonlight reflecting off my hair.
That would
Epic.
be really... Actually, that would be kind of epic.
So what do you guys do?
Keep going. Why not?
How deep is the water?
The water's pretty
Wait, we don't
deep.
want to cross the water again, do we? Let's...
Do we know of a bridge? Who created this terrible path? There's
Yeah, you have to
goblins,
cross
there's
the
no
river.
bridges.
to get to the city. But you're not actually sure outside the city. Maybe we just weren't supposed to cross the river. Our informant could have
Yeah,
been
we already went too far.
terribly wrong.
So what do you guys do? You guys are about 25 yards to the riverbank, and about another 25 yards across the river to the light, the light that you see.
Okay, I think I pictured the light as something else. So now it sounds intriguing, and I'm ready to go to the light. Come to the light.
Wait, how about you, Bjorn?
That's what I vote for, at least, but I'm willing to consider other options.
Like trying to consider what Aobion would do. I think he feels safe in his woods. Plods forward.
Okay. So actually, wait, did you say?
Wait, does that mean not cross the river?
Well, forward is the river, yes?
Yes.
There is your answer.
Okay. All right. So you go.
Let's
You
do
go. So wait, say that again. Did you say comfortable in your woods, or comfortable in? Which
The
is
territory of nature.
Oh, okay. All right, so you guys press forward, and you reach the riverbank, and there's really no place to cross necessarily that you can see. Now, granted, by this time it's dark out. You're only guided by moonlight at this point. And time wise, it's probably about midnight. But as you come to the bank, you're able to see a little bit better what the light is. And with the light, you see a fire near the bank. But it's kind of wooded. near the bank. So you see the fire in between the trees and stuff, and you hear a commotion going on. And from what you gather, it doesn't sound human, but there's definitely a commotion going on. So what do you guys do?
Watch.
You watch.
Yep.
Luthien?
Sorry. But I think that's a reasonable
Okay.
plan. I don't want to jump into more battles.
Okay. So you just sit on the riverbank and watch then?
Well, are we able to tell whether or not we can even get across?
At this point, it's too dark. You just
That's
can't.
what I figured.
Yeah. You're able to you heard the riverbank, you saw the moonlight, because remember you're in a wood area. So once you got out into the open area, out of the wood area, you're able to see at least the surrounding area. But from what you can tell, there's no way to get across.
I'm gonna go chop down a tree to build a bridge. I'm kidding.
We could do
Plus I
it.
don't have anything to do that with.
Wait, can't we just rip the axe off of Elder?
He does have an axe, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That might take
Does
like,
he?
a month or two to build a bridge though.
Yeah.
It's probably not the best idea.
That's no fun.
I was about to say that I throw a rock in to see how deep it is, but that doesn't really do anything.
You could throw a rock.
I could throw a rock.
It'd be really nice if we had a rope right now.
If it just like fell from the sky.
Or if Arian showed up, I don't know. Whoever Arian is.
So at this point, it's pretty dark. I mean,
I have infravision, but it only lasts for like 60 feet. So
yeah.
never mind.
So you could, if you want to, you could try to scout up the river. You could make camp. You could try to swim across. What do you guys do?
Do we know anything about this? Were we supposed to hit two rivers? Were we aware of this?
You were aware.
I'm so confused now.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, you knew that it was supposed to take like a set amount of time. And as you're walking, it's taking a lot longer than you expected. So you figured you should be there in the town already, but you're not. They
Right.
only told you of one river. They didn't tell. They didn't. From what you gathered, there wasn't two. There was just one.
Oh boy. Quick, turn back.
I think we should just get to the coast.
I mean, it's a coastal town, right?
Yeah.
It is a coastal town, correct?
So we should probably head to the coast. Yeah, that's a wise decision.
And ignore this light. It might just be a firefly or something.
When we find out that that's where we were supposed to meet Kim and we never meet her, and she's just excluded from the roleplay for the rest of the entire campaign.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. But that's okay.
So you
I'm
can-
talking to the people watching. It's actually really fun.
Wait, I want to talk to the people.
Tell them all about it.
With all right, so you're hearing this commotion across the river, and you guys start heading to the coast. Then, so you start going along the riverbank. Then
Booking
heading
it.
to the coast. Okay. As you go along the coast, along the river, heading to the coast, all of a sudden you hear.
A shriek. I'm tired of the shrieks. It better not be a shriek.
You hear, it is a shriek, but it's not the shriek like you heard before.
Okay. And
It's
thus ends the
there.
drinking game for the viewers.
Yep, definitely. We should do that.
There's a
Well, we're going to start one. But what you hear is, you hear a shriek, and then you hear it's a shriek, a little bit of a and then it cuts off. And you hear the same thing about 3 to 4 times.
I bet you it's Arian
I've
killing
heard
goblins.
this before. This is the sound of an ogre killing goblins.
An ogre? Well, where did you hear this?
I didn't. Or did I?
In your dreams?
I constantly dream about ogres killing goblins. It's my ultimate fantasy.
That's awkward.
So what are you guys? What are you guys' response?
This is where we're going.
I think we should just keep going.
All right, so you just keep going.
Enough
Yeah,
of
let's
these
just keep
distractions.
going.
Let's get to this.
Okay, alrighty. So you keep going. You keep heading to the coast, and the URL, by the way, is rabbitsghost.tv, and then you click on Twitch, in case you're wondering. So you start heading to the coast, and all of a sudden you see what appears to be a small makeshift. What's it called? I had it in here. What it was called? Ferry. A small ferry.
I had one of these in the mind.
No. Ferry, as in
Yeah,
a raft. That's what you think it is because you see the pole, you see the area, and then you see the rope. But the thing is, the ferry is on the other side of the river.
If we had some rope.
So,
And knew how to tie knots.
by the time you get to the ferry crossing, any shrieks and any commotion has stopped. It's just deathly silent right now. All you hear is the crickets chirping.
Good. The wind caressing our earlobes.
Okay. So I'm pretty confused because I started to hear 2 Joshes at like 2 seconds apart.
You should mute the other one.
I did, but I was signing up.
Yeah, you gotta mute the chat stream one. So yeah, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna let CJ decide because I'm a bit lost at the moment.
What you do know, like Luthien, because of your background, you do know that, like, in general, ferry operators, they don't operate. It's not like a 24/7 service. There's set times to.
Oh, we're talking about a boat ferry.
Yeah, boat ferry.
I was thinking of like ferry.
did the same thing.
Ferry for those of you in the chat. But yeah.
We should just call them furries from now on and confuse even more people.
Furry.
So you're on the ferry.
Okay, so
But yeah.
I suggest we make a camp and wait for the ferrymen.
Okay.
And we save ourselves a penny for the ferrymen.
Okay. All right. So you start to make camp. Where do you put Elder? Elder is because he has a hammock.
Can we just leave him somewhere?
Yeah. Bedroll style.
Can I
just drop
show up
him on
and
the
kidnap him and then just disappear with him?
ground. That would be a plot twist.
What a twist.
I am chaotic neutral.
So I'm just gonna drop him on the ground. If
Okay.
anyone has a problem with that, they can move him.
Hey, Bjorn, what do you do?
Just dropped him?
I set him down somewhat gently. I didn't like throw him.
Okay. I was gonna say that's terrible. I'm gonna make sure he appears to be as comfortable as I can get him.
Okay.
And let's just set up bed and stuff.
Okay. So you do
I
it.
don't think it's wise to make a fire, and I'd suggest that not to make one to Luthien, considering the circumstance.
I'll agree with that. I'm not gonna put up a fuss.
Okay.
Pass out time. We were carrying a man heavier than both of us.
All right. So
All
you
day long.
guys don't do a fire obviously shrieks are crazy and all that. So, what you do? So you guys just conk out. You guys are absolutely exhausted. You've had 2 engagements, and you've been carrying Elder for several miles now. So you are dead asleep. Luthien, it is about 3 o'clock. But by the time you guys get to the ferry, it's about 1 o'clock. So you guys go to sleep. So 2 hours later, Luthien, you wake up to not a bird
chirping.
Not a bird chirping.
Going.
But you wake up to a hand on your mouth
Ugh.
and a cold piece of metal on your throat.
That's inconvenient. It better be
And
Aaron.
I wake up to hot ham and cheese.
What? Pork chop sandwich.
Exactly.
So we're going to end it right there.
But Arian
Bye-bye.
didn't
What?
show up.
But what about your text?
Hold on. I wasn't done yet.
Okay.
So we're not going to end
No,
it.
as you're
Wink.
you open your eyes, you look down, or you look up rather, and you see. Crap! I completely forgot what you're. You see this red. You see these red blood eyes staring at you.
And you wonder how they can see because they're just pulpy. I'm sorry.
And then we're gonna end it there. For those of you, we don't have the character sheet linked for the chat to look at, but for those of you who do have the character sheet,
5 hours.
is
That's pretty much.
he just met the wonderful blade of Arian's dagger. So, Yoshiko, I am so sorry it's taken so long to introduce you.
That's okay. Gives me some background.
But at least you're able to interact with the chat. Chat, thank you so much for watching.
Chat, I love you.
You guys are awesome. If you are a Twitch member, the chat members I see right now are Hagel, Hawgel, and Troy Laszlo, as well as Fractal. For anybody else who is in the chat, and I just don't see you in the chat list, shoot me an email. Just say, hey, I watch your stream, and thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you hated it. Always looking for feedback.
Help increase his self-esteem.
But no, we really do appreciate your support. This is fun for us. And hopefully we'll be able to get Elder back on and have everybody here. Unfortunately, CJ, I was hoping, or Aobjorn, I'm hoping you were able to come Friday for the party, because I was hoping we could do a round table with all 5 of us. And do a...
I don't think I'll be able to go.
Oh, you won't? Okay.
Sorry.
So, the round...
Family.
Alright, so the round table's not going to happen. For those of you who watch the regular shows. Scheduling. The next two Tuesdays is going to be December 24th and December 31st, so Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. So we're obviously not going to be doing the D&D. Unless you guys wanted to do some crazy New Year's Eve stream. No, I am seeing. I was seeing a head nod, and then I was seeing a couple heads shake.
I have
with the
no
ball
idea what I'll
drop.
be doing at that point.
What?
Or we could go to New York and have a party there, and you can stream it.
Okay.
I'm gonna already be at a party on New Year's Eve.
Alright, cool.
Yeah,
So
I figured someone would be
Not
being
in-
sociable.
I mean,
I'm like,
it would be
Yeah,
epic to play, but
Yeah. No, that's fine. It's fine.
you have to finish the entire rest of the campaign, like months worth of campaign compact into 5 hours, which is like a normal session for hardcore people.
Yeah. Alrighty. So what we'll do is the week after Christmas, we'll figure out what we're going to do. We may try to do a reschedule some later day during that week. If not, January 7th is the next Tuesday after that. Hopefully that schedule works for everybody. We'll discuss that offline. But hopefully that's going to be the next episode. It's going to be the first episode of the new year, so that'll be fun. But yeah, that is going to be it for tonight. Yeah, shout-outs. Let's do some shout-outs. Mr. Wheatless, I forget. You don't have anything to shout out, do you? Oh, that's right. You're doing the chat. You're doing the shout out for the chat and saying how cool the chat is.
You have reached a level of confusing.
Happy holidays, people. Yeah.
Yay!
We're rocking out the Christmas
Wait,
stuff.
show the Link figure, because
What
it's
just
awesome.
happened?
I got this for as my Christmas present from my brother. Hold on, it's gonna fall apart.
It's so pretty. It's
Christmas
a
came early
Figma.
for you.
Dude, that is awesome. That is really
You
cool.
can like change out the hands and put them in all sorts of crazy poses.
Awesome.
Six.
That's what I've got.
Elbjorn, shout outs.
Shout out to the chat, of course. You guys are awesome. We read your comments even when we don't talk about them. You can check out my art and design stuff on behance.net/CJ Medaglia, MEDAGLIA. And Behance is spelled BEHANCE, I think.
I will post that link
Yeah.
in the discussion down below. So, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Yoshiko.
Yes, I have a YouTube channel. It's Yoshiko75.
Check it out. If you're a fan of Pokemon, definitely check her stuff out. She's got some good stuff. For my stuff, obviously, just go to rabbitsghost.tv. You'll see all the links for the Twitch, the YouTube, the Twitter, all that fun stuff. You guys don't need to hear about it, but if you do want to stay up to date as far as what the schedule is going to be like, I do my best to try to get live updates. So if something sporadic comes up or spontaneous, you guys can definitely check it out at Twitter, at rabbitsghost. For Elder stuff, he's down in the corner here. He's for his image. We're rocking out Crazy Rabbit Santa. Crazy Rabbit is being very festive, sporting a Santa hat. Elder doesn't have any shout outs, but I know his shout out is probably gonna be the same as the rest of us. Thanks so much. I need coffee. Thank you so much for watching.
That was an interesting shout out from dear Mr. Elder.
We really appreciate your guys' support. So, yeah, I'm going to head out. I got a dog to walk and all that. So, for those of you who are college students and you are doing finals this week,
It's just Penn State.
good luck. It is just Penn State. For all you state
And
schools
Lehigh.
out there.
I found out Lehigh.
Oh, really? Lehigh is? Okay, cool.
I had
Yeah.
finals until 20 regularly.
But for all you who do have finals, good luck.
Godspeed.
Godspeed. For those of you who have already had finals, hope you guys did awesome. Keep it classy. And yeah, I think that's going to be it.
Keep it clean.
Peace out.
Secret,
Peace.
Keep it safe.
Keep it secret and keep it safe. All right, guys.
Don't have a mental breakdown.
Peace out. We are offline. Bye.